Good evening, Dr. Just. I just want to say thank you for giving us a day to send the videos that I can actually do a meeting here at work. The meeting went okay. We had a young guy teach it, and his computer went down. So, as any instructor or teacher has to do, they have to sometimes think on their feet. Didn't turn out as well as I'd like to, but it's a learning experience for this young guy. I've been teaching for about 5 years, taught thousands of students, so use those as a learning experience. But in a video, we're in Germany. We're teaching an aerosol class. It's very physical, and I teach anywhere from usually 150 to up to 300 people between myself and 11 other people. So it's very physical, a lot of testing, all that stuff. But I was gonna go through and hit the questions that you told me to hit on whenever, it was a video from work. So question number one, display the purpose of the meeting. So today's purpose of the meeting was to do the written and the hands-on test for our aerosol students. They have 2 minutes to inspect one of 4 loads and find all the deficiencies here in the Army. And once that's done, they also have to take a 50-question multiple choice written exam, and they got to score a 70% or higher. The people that were in attendance were all 10 cadre, my general, my lieutenant colonel, my company commander, and then myself being the platoon sergeant. So I'm the enlisted boss of these guys while we're here traveling the world. All the young guys, the guy speaking in the video, he was the phase chief is what we call him. So he's the lead instructor for his phase. Each phase about 2 to 3 days, and then they had the culminating event and testing on the 3rd or 4th day, depending on the weather and time. So the guy talking was a Staff Sergeant Salee, young guy. This is his first year teaching, so a lot of mentoring going on there. Everyone else, they all just graded. Everyone else, that's all we're supposed to do is grade. Me as the boss, I was there to handle any of the appeals process as far as testing standards, questions, anything like that. So that's kind of what we did. So it's all my cadre, phase chiefs, myself as the NCOIC, my company commander, my lieutenant colonel, which is my battalion commander, and my general. All right, decision-making norms. A lot of times we got hit on when it comes to testing is how we keep the students from cheating, how we're going to control the crowd, where they're going to turn everything in, who's grading, and that's the big stuff that we have to answer, and all of our time hacks. Who's going to be where and what they're going to do. All right, going into number 2, describe the decision-making norms. So decision-making norms, the night, a couple days before, we decide and see, based on the class schedule, the classroom size, holding areas, which would be 2 or 3 other buildings. All that stuff is the kind of stuff we think about throughout the course. So here we had one big classroom. It's like a giant motor pool. They stayed there, and all of the loads that we were being briefed on were outside. So they had a written test first thing, followed by the hands-on portion. And we were all at work at 05:30 this morning, and I literally just got back to my room about 10 minutes ago here in Germany. So 10:30 at night. So it's been a long day, which is normal for testing. So those are the decision things that we got to look for. Participation, all cadre had to be present. It's cold here. It's about 30 degrees all day and overcast, so rotate people in and out of the weather and constantly moving students in and out of the one building to their living quarters to keep them out of the weather once they pass. If they fail, we hold them in another building for the holding area. All right, conversation etiquette. Biggest thing, we don't like to cuss. We don't like to leave anything very vague. All my cadre, they're supposed to be very deliberate in how they set up the classroom, how they give their briefings, who's doing what uniform we're wearing, all that type of stuff. And the last thing to the team, observe, have effective norms. No, they weren't very effective. Like I said, young guy, his computer crashed. We still made it happen. We were still very successful, but on his side, I told him, hey man, whenever you do these PI briefs or presentations we do to brief our command, you need to always email it to yourself in case the computer crashes or you break it. So young guy learning something new. Do I feel the team needs different norms? No, not necessarily. I came back into this role after being gone for over a year, teaching a different job for the Army. So just kind of mentoring and molding those new cadre, young cadre, into what right looks like. That's kind of my biggest hurdle right now. Other than that, just practice makes perfect. Like I said, I just want to say thank you for your time. I'm going to submit these 2 videos. The first video is just to be the guy talking to us, actually giving his presentation to us and what he expected of us. And then obviously the second video is me explaining what we did and how we made our day successful. So thank you, Ms. Just.